Hey guys, welcome back. I'm going to do another one in my series of profile swipes. I'm going to do a few of these. This was my last one, my first one that I ever tried. So that's her there, Jungle Queen. And my next one is going to be a unicorn. So I just got a photo or a picture on clip art on Google of a unicorn's head. I printed it out, I've cut it out, I've stuck it down there, or placed it there anyway, and then just drew around. I know some people are using stencils or stick-on things or other such, but for me this is easy. I've got my little outline there and I can reuse this again later if I want to. Let me just pop it out of the way safely. There we go. And I've just used a pencil and marked out the outline. So what I want to do is, do you remember my Spring Garden swipe in those pastel-y sorts of colours? I thought those colours would be really nice for a unicorn. So I'm going to do a white unicorn, which means I can then swipe with white across my pinks and apricots and pale colours. And for the background here, I'm going to do black. And I'm going to do a little bit of black along the top as well, and then some around here as well. So when I swipe, I'm going to do a wavy sort of a swipe. Oh, look at my gloves. A wavy swipe, and it'll sort of come up here and maybe just wisp a little bit into the black. That's the plan anyway. We'll see how it goes. So for my background, my black, I'm using Floetrol, and I've mixed that 3 parts Floetrol to 1 part of my Global Impasto paints. So that's it in there, nothing special, no oils or anything added, just Floetrol and paint. So the first thing I need to do, and I've got a really fine little brush, it's not as soft as I would have liked, it was the only one that I could grab my hands on at the time, but it will do. So I'm just going to pop a little bit of paint there like that, and with my brush I'm going to ease it in and just follow that outline as best I can. As I said, it's not a great brush, I'm going to have to get a better one. It's kind of wiry, it's leaving little marks. It's not as smooth as it could be. So I don't know that you want to watch all of this, but that's what I'm going to do. And then I'm going to let this black dry. It should be dry by tomorrow because I'm only doing a very thin layer. And then I can swipe over it. So once I've got my black up against the outline, then I will use my little tool, which is much faster, and just spread the black around. So you get the idea, don't you? Hopefully I'll only need 1 coat of black. Smooth that over there. I will do my edges as well, but I'll do it off camera. I've just put black paint on her nose. It's a girl. Unicorns are girls, aren't they? Sure they are. going to have to wipe that off her nose. I've got some baby wipes that are great for little mishaps in the studio. Let's see if I can get that off now while it's still wet, because her nose is going to be white, as is her body, and her ears and her horn. There we go. Now I just need to dry it and get the baby wipe solution off. Oh my goodness. Some paper towel. Okay, that's done it. Let's get back to painting. I have to come around this side here to do this section. So I'm not going to do the whole thing on camera. It just takes too long, and it's quite intricate around here and around the eye, the horn and things like that. So you get the general idea of what I'm doing. Painting my background colour. Okay. Just pop a little bit more black in there. And I'll just fill in this section. And then I'll do the rest off camera and show you the next step. Because it's going to take me quite a while, I will think. Okay, that's looking good. All right. See you in a bit. So I'm back with the dried background. This is actually more than just a couple of days. This is more like a couple of months since I got back to this guy. And I have just gone over the face again in white because I've painted on with the paintbrush. It wasn't that dark. You could sort of see the canvas through. So I've just gone over again with the white. And since I saw you last, I've changed my swipe mix to my glue and water mix. So the colours that I've made up today have got this mix in them, 70% Elmer's glue oil to 30% water. And I have mixed my paints at a ratio of 2 parts pouring medium to 1 part paint. So let's do this. A little bit bubbly, but that's all right. Treadmill silicone. So in here I have got, what did I make up? I think I did 60 grams of pouring medium to 30 grams of paint. So just using the 100% silicone oil. And, oops, might help if I open it a bit more. So it's got 90 grams of mixed paint in each cup. And because my mix is thinner than I would use for a flip cup, I'm only doing 2 drops. Normally, when I've got a really thick mix, I'd use 1 drop per 30 grams or 1 drop per ounce. But as I said, my mix is thinner today, so for swipe, so less oil. Because your mix is thinner, the cells have more of a chance to spread. So I don't want too many, and I don't want them to spread too much. My white, I did have to add a little bit of water because the white always seems to be thicker than the others. And the yellow, I had to add water to the yellow. Okay, and my swiping today is, I'm just going to use this bit of plastic, and I'm just sort of going to do a bit of a wave, trying to keep a little bit of the black background at the top. I think it looks nice. Right, let's do this. Just a bit of a squiggle here and there. Probably won't use all that paint. Now I want to start the hair, the sort of mane up here, and then have it more of an angle down there. So that's the plan. And I don't want to use too much purple because the purple really takes over. So just a little wriggle of the purple. Touch up there. Yeah, not too much purple, that's for sure. The yellow and the turquoise here will make green, but that's okay. And this peachy colour also sort of tends to take over a bit, so not too much of that. I'll just move these out of the way for now. And I'm going to tilt. Actually, I might need a little bit more paint. I'm going to tilt my canvas. To make sure everything is well covered. Just going to make sure I've got enough paint on the surface before I start. Probably a good idea to use up all this paint, except for the purple. I don't want to use all the purple. If you don't have enough paint on your surface, the paint's not really thick enough to hold the cells, so put lots on and then you can always tilt off what you don't need. And I'll push this purple over the edge, this turquoise over the edge. Shush guys, no barking please. Got a couple of dogs in with me here again. Okay, so that's pretty much all of that one gone. Let's do a little bit more pink, shall we? So the thing with having too much purple is the pink and the aqua are going to make purple anyway, so you just have to be careful not to put too much purple in, because when those colours mix then you've got lots of purple. So something to be aware of. I'll put a little bit of pink down here on the side here, so that side's covered. I don't have to worry about the top because that's covered with black. Just where my sort of colour blobs finish, I'm just going to add a little bit of same corresponding colour to the side. I'm going to tilt anyway, but just to be on the safe side. I haven't got any yellow left, so won't worry about that. Let's see, a little bit more of this just there. And that can run over the side too. Probably don't need to do this, I'm going to tilt anyway. I just have to be careful not to tilt too far that way. Now I'll show you my colours, then I can move these. So I've got pink, they're all global colours. Pink and cool yellow, this is the one that was really thick and I had to add water to. Lilac, I just mixed white with my regular purple to get a lighter purple. This one is called Shrimp, and this one is my Peacock, the pale turquoise colour. And then I'm using white to swipe with. As I said, I had to put a little bit more, little bit of water in my white, and there's no silicone in the white either. So let's put a bit of white here because that's what we're going to swipe with. And then I do want more white through the centre. I don't want it too pink, too sort of rainbowish, which it's going to be, but I do want some extra white in there. Right, let's tilt a little bit. I'm going to just be careful I don't go over the top there. Just going to move the paint around so I can get to where I want it to go without going too far over the top. So it's moving really fast. I've got a lot of paint on there. Right, now to be careful not to get paint all over my black there. I just want to come this way a little bit more. Trying to get up to there like so, and then back. So I'm going to get some of this paint off. So over we go with the paint over the edge because that was just too much. All right. Well, I've got a lovely covered side there, which is gorgeous. That side's covered. I've got some white down there. Rightio. There's only one thing left to do, and that is to swipe. So I've got a little bit of plastic here ready to go. Alrighty. These colours are not easy to work with the white swipe because they're quite pale. Now, do I want to come further this way? No, I think it should be alright. Alright, stop dilly-dallying and let's just do it, hey? So, I'm going to put my card on a bit of an angle like that. As I said, I want more sort of colour coming through near the face and then on an angle down as the main curves a bit. So, start at about there, I think. And then I can just sort of go like so. Alright. I missed a couple of little edges just because of the side of my card, so I can fix that up later if I want to. I'm just going to wipe my bit of plastic down before I put it down on the bench. There we go. I'll wash it later. Alright. Now I've got my little tool here and you can see where the plastic kind of dented the paint, so you can just go through and just, oh no, I'll put my finger in it, come around this side, come through and just smooth that. There's a hair in there. Once it's dry, you won't see any little sort of divots, but you shouldn't do. It should all just dry smooth. Need to fix up where I stuck my finger in it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of white paint just there. It's just a little bit of hair sticking up there. I kind of liked it. A little bit of hair sticking up. Right, so I'm going to use my little card, sample card. I'm just going to take this bit of white that I've just poured over that I've stuck my finger in and over this edge here, just to blend it a little bit more, I guess. Like so. And those little marks there, I will just wipe those up with a damp cloth. It's not a problem. Or the other thing you can use, which is really a good thing, is a cotton bud. If you've got a little, I think I told you about that last time. You've got a little cotton bud and some water. I'll do it once I've turned the canvas around. So you just get a little cotton bud, some water, and just wipe those little areas. But I'll do that afterwards because I don't want to lean over. And the other thing I need to do is just fill up this section here. So I'll put some white just there. It can kind of run over the edge as well. A little bit of extra white there. And again with my card, I'm just going to get this bottom edge here. And I'll do a bit of a wave as well. There we go. Done. See, it's easy to fix your little mistakes. Not that it was a mistake, but just go over it again with your little card. Yeah, I just get them free from the hardware store. They're happy to give them out. They've got heaps on the stand there. Alright, stop talking and let's torch, see how this is going to go. Now, I don't want too many cells because I want to see, you know, the flow like that of the mane. So I'll try not to get too many cells. Just go over once for now. And see what's going to happen. Look at that big one. It's like a sun. And as I've said in my previous swiping videos, don't over torch because these cells will continue to grow and sometimes they get really quite big and will bump into each other. So I'm just going to torch in between those big ones now because I don't want to torch them again. And maybe leave some negative space. So I'm just going to wait and watch this for a minute, see how everything's continuing to grow. I might use my little guy just so that I can concentrate the heat just there because I don't want to heat the big ones anymore because they'll just get way too big. So maybe just a little bit there. Is it doing anything? Can't even see if it's doing anything. It's not very strong. Are you doing anything, Mr. Torch? Maybe you're running low on... Oh yeah, there he's doing something there. I think he might be running low on fuel. Alright, let's just wait. I think that's probably enough though. As I said, these are going to continue to grow. And let's have some negative space. I'll turn her around so that you can see her from your side. There we go, now she's not upside down for you, and then I can clean these little bits while I'm just waiting. I'm going to see if she's still in frame. Move her over a touch. Okay, now I'm just going to clean up those little spills before they dry while we wait for the cells. See, and they're growing a lot. Should have done this straight away before the paint dried, but I wanted to get on to torching. It's okay, they'll come off, it's just going to take me a minute. We're just waiting for those cells to grow. and yeah, they're quite big, so I'm not going to torch anymore. Sometimes your mix is a little bit thinner, sometimes it's a little bit thicker, and a lot of it it depends on the type of paint you're using. Sometimes when I do like a blue pour, the blue paints seem to be quite thick, so maybe I get smaller cells when I do a blue pour, and then when I do, like the pink was really quite thin, the turquoises are thin, purples are thin, so my mix might have been a little bit thinner than normal on there. There we go, that looks better, hey? Rightio, there she is, my little unicorn. Isn't she cute? I'm just going to leave her like that. I'm not going to do any more torching. I'll just leave that pretty background for her mane. And there you go. Not sure if I can really take you in for a close-up. Not really, I'll just leave it there. Okay, so thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this, and I'll see you for the next one. Bye for now.